The brutal truth about resilience. Here's what no one tells you about hitting rock bottom. You don't bounce back. You don't get over it. You don't return to who you were before. That person, they're gone forever. But here's the thing that might save your life. You can become someone stronger, someone who knows how to kick the shit out of option B. This is the story of how to build resilience when your world falls apart, and why everything you think you know about recovery is probably wrong. Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy by Sheryl Sandberg and Adam Grant. A story shot summary and review. Introduction. What is Option B about? Life rarely goes according to plan. We all face moments when our world is turned upside down, leaving us feeling lost and uncertain. Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, experienced this firsthand when her husband, Dave Goldberg, died suddenly at 47. In the depths of her grief, she believed she and her children would never experience pure joy again. Her friend, Adam Grant, a psychologist and best-selling author, offered a different perspective. He explained that resilience is not a fixed trait, but a muscle that can be built. This conversation sparked the creation of Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy. This book is a powerful and practical guide to navigating life's most difficult moments. It combines Sheryl's raw, personal story with Adam's research on finding strength in the face of adversity. It's a book about more than just surviving. It's about finding the courage to live again, even when your first choice, your option A, is no longer possible. How might your life be different if you viewed challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to build resilience and discover a new path forward? About the authors. Sheryl Sandberg is the former COO of Meta, Facebook, and best-selling author of Lean In. After losing her husband Dave suddenly in 2015, she became a leading voice on resilience and grief recovery. Her personal experience with devastating loss gives this book its authentic emotional depth. Adam Grant is a Wharton organizational psychologist and best-selling author of Give and Take. As one of the world's leading experts on motivation and resilience, Grant provides the scientific framework that makes Sandberg's insights universally applicable. This book is for you if you're struggling to recover from a major loss or setback. You want to build resilience before life's inevitable challenges hit. You're supporting someone through a difficult time and don't know what to say. You're a leader wanting to create more resilient teams and families. You believe that growth is possible even in the darkest moments. How would you handle your own Option B? This question becomes urgent when life doesn't go according to plan. Key ideas from Option B. Story Shot 1. Overcome the 3 Ps that hinder resilience. When faced with devastating events, our minds trap us in negative thinking cycles. We blame ourselves, believe pain will last forever, and let it poison every aspect of our lives. Drawing on psychologist Martin Seligman's work, the book introduces the 3 Ps that stunt recovery: personalization, pervasiveness, and permanence. Personalization is believing we're at fault. Sheryl initially tormented herself with thoughts of what she could have done differently, but not everything that happens to us happens because of us. Pervasiveness is believing an event affects all areas of life. It's letting a single negative event cast shadows over everything. Sheryl found moments of joy with her children even in grief, proving her entire life wasn't defined by loss. Permanence is believing aftershocks will last forever. While grief changes shape, its initial intensity doesn't last forever. When you catch yourself spiraling, ask, am I falling into one of the 3 Ps? Keep a journal to track and challenge these thoughts. If you feel like a failure at work due to personal struggles, write down 3 recent accomplishments. By fighting the 3 Ps, you break free from mental prisons. You understand you're not to blame, your entire life isn't ruined, and you won't feel this way forever. We plant the seeds of resilience in the ways we process negative events. Sheryl Sandberg and Adam Grant. Story Shot 2. Find strength and growth after trauma. The 5 ways people can grow stronger after experiencing trauma or adversity. After trauma, it's easy to believe you'll be permanently broken. The idea of growing from the experience can seem impossible when pain feels all-consuming. The book introduces post-traumatic growth, transformative positive change after crisis. This isn't about ignoring pain, but finding meaning in the aftermath. Researchers identify 5 growth areas. 1. Finding personal strength. Facing the worst reveals strength you never knew you had. As Sheryl writes, "I am more vulnerable than I thought, but much stronger than I ever imagined." 2. Gaining appreciation for life. When you face death, you develop deeper appreciation for life you still have. 3. Forming deeper relationships. Trauma brings people closer through shared vulnerability and support. 4. Discovering more meaning in life. Adversity leads to reevaluating priorities and searching for deeper purpose. 5. Seeing new possibilities. When your old life is shattered, you're forced to create a new one, opening unexpected paths. To cultivate growth, acknowledge your strength by reflecting on past challenges you've overcome. Keep a gratitude journal with 3 daily entries. Find ways to contribute to others for renewed purpose. By embracing post-traumatic growth, you change your narrative from victimhood to survival and strength. You find greater life appreciation, deeper connections, and renewed purpose. Which of the 5 post-traumatic growth areas resonates most with you? Let us know in the comments on GetStoryShots.com or Spotify. Resilience is built, not born. Sheryl Sandberg and Adam Grant. Story Shot 3. Talk about the elephant in the room. When someone we know is suffering, we often freeze up. We're afraid of saying the wrong thing, so we say nothing. This silence makes grieving people feel more isolated. The most compassionate thing is showing up and speaking up. Acknowledge their pain instead of, "How are you?" Try, "How are you today?" This shows you understand grief isn't a one-day event. Avoid generic, "Let me know if you need anything." This burdens the grieving person. Instead, offer concrete help. "I can watch the kids Saturday," or "I'm dropping off dinner Tuesday." The next time a friend faces tough times, don't avoid them. Reach out and acknowledge their struggle. Say, "I know you're going through a lot, and I'm thinking of you." Share fond memories if you have them. By addressing the elephant in the room, you become genuine comfort and support. You create compassion cultures where people feel seen and supported. When you're suffering, you can't always see the potential for good in others. But it's there. Sheryl Sandberg. Story Shot 4. Build resilient families and workplaces. Resilience isn't just individual, it's collective. Families and workplaces that don't foster resilience cultures make it harder for individuals to cope with adversity. The book emphasizes resilience as a team sport. In workplaces, this means fostering psychological safety where employees feel comfortable being vulnerable and asking for help. Leaders set the tone by being open about struggles and creating supportive policies. In families, building resilience means teaching children it's okay to fail and they have some control over their lives. Create safe spaces for expressing emotions. Sheryl and her children created family rules posters to navigate grief together. To build workplace resilience, start open mental health conversations. As a leader, model vulnerability and create personal connection opportunities. For family resilience, have regular check-ins where everyone shares feelings without judgment. By intentionally building resilient families and workplaces, you create strong support systems that weather any storm. You foster compassion and understanding cultures where people feel safe, supported, and empowered. Story Shot 5. Build confidence and self-efficacy after setbacks. When we face major setbacks, confidence takes devastating hits. We doubt our abilities, question judgment, and lose faith in our capacity to handle future challenges. Confidence isn't something you either have or don't have. It's something you can rebuild systematically. Self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to influence events affecting your life, is learnable. Start small and build momentum. Instead of tackling major challenges immediately, focus on small wins proving you can still succeed. Keep a success journal recording even minor accomplishments. Reframe failure as data rather than judgment. When things don't go as planned, ask, "What can I learn?" rather than, "What's wrong with me?" This maintains growth mindset and prevents setbacks from becoming identity-defining. Take calculated risks. Avoiding all risk after trauma might feel safe, but it reinforces beliefs that you're fragile and incapable. Gradually taking appropriate challenges and succeeding rebuilds confidence neural pathways. Building confidence after adversity requires patience. You're not becoming who you were before. You're becoming someone new who has faced the worst and survived. Story Shot 6. Find meaning and purpose in suffering. One of the most profound post-trauma questions is, why did this happen? How we answer determines whether we remain stuck in bitterness or find paths forward. Drawing on Viktor Frankl's work, the book shows that while we can't always control what happens, we can control what our suffering means. Meaning-making isn't about finding silver linings or being grateful for tragedy. It's deciding how your experience serves larger purposes. Sheryl found meaning by becoming a resilience advocate, helping others navigate difficult times. She transformed personal pain into missions to reduce others' suffering. People commonly find meaning after trauma by dedicating themselves to preventing others' similar pain, using experience to become more compassionate helpers, or honoring lost memories by living more fully. Finding meaning doesn't happen overnight. It's ongoing processes of choosing how to interpret experience and what role it plays in your life story. When you find meaning in suffering, you transform from victim of circumstances into agent of change. Your pain becomes wisdom, your struggle becomes resilience testament, and your recovery inspires others. Story Shot 7. Develop emotional resilience and regulation. Trauma fundamentally changes how we experience and manage emotions. Many find that after significant loss, emotional responses become more intense, unpredictable, or difficult to control. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing difficult feelings or maintaining constant positivity. It's developing capacity to experience full human emotion ranges without being overwhelmed, learning to surf grief, anger, fear, and sadness waves rather than being pulled under. One key technique is emotional labeling. When experiencing intense emotions, specifically name what you're feeling. Instead of, "I feel bad," identify whether you're sad, angry, disappointed, or anxious. Research shows naming emotions reduces intensity and helps thoughtful responses. Create emotional first aid kits, collections of activities, people, or resources for when emotions become overwhelming. This might include calling trusted friends, walking, listening to specific music, or practicing breathing exercises. Building emotional resilience is like building physical fitness. It requires consistent practice over time. You can't run marathons without training, and you can't handle major emotional challenges without developing regulation skills through smaller daily practices. Learning emotion regulation involves accepting that some days will be harder. Resilience isn't achieving constant emotional equilibrium. It's developing confidence that you can handle whatever emotions arise. Story Shot 8. Create rituals that anchor you after loss. When life feels chaotic and unpredictable, rituals provide stability and meaning. They create structure when everything else feels uncertain. Rituals don't have to be religious or elaborate. They can be simple daily practices that honor what you've lost while helping you move forward. Sheryl created bedtime rituals with her children, where they shared 3 good things from each day. The power of rituals lies in their consistency and intentionality. They mark time, create connection, and provide comfort during difficult periods. Whether it's lighting a candle, visiting a special place, or maintaining traditions, rituals help process grief while building new patterns. Create rituals that feel meaningful to you. They might honor someone's memory, celebrate small victories, or simply provide daily anchors of stability. Story Shot 9. Practice realistic optimism, not blind positivity. There's a difference between realistic optimism and toxic positivity. Realistic optimism acknowledges pain while maintaining hope for the future. Toxic positivity dismisses legitimate suffering with empty platitudes. The book emphasizes that healing doesn't require pretending everything is fine. You can simultaneously grieve what you've lost and hope for what's possible. This balanced approach validates your experience while keeping you open to growth. Realistic optimism means accepting that recovery isn't linear. There will be good days and bad days. Progress isn't about eliminating all sadness. It's about building capacity to hold both sorrow and joy. Practice realistic optimism by acknowledging your current reality, while remaining open to future possibilities. You don't have to choose between grieving and hoping. You can do both. Story Shot 10. Understand the role of community in rebuilding your life. Recovery isn't a solo journey. The communities we build and maintain play crucial roles in our resilience. Strong social connections provide emotional support, practical help, and reminders that we're not alone. Community support comes in many forms: family members who listen without judgment, friends who provide practical help, colleagues who offer flexibility, and even strangers who share similar experiences. Building community requires vulnerability. You have to be willing to accept help and share your struggles. This can feel uncomfortable, especially when you're used to being self-reliant. The book emphasizes that asking for help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Strong people build strong networks. They understand that resilience is enhanced by connection, not diminished by it. Invest in your community before you need it. Maintain relationships, offer support to others, and create networks of mutual care. When crisis hits, you'll have foundations already in place. Mental models from Option B. The 3 Ps. Filter. Use this diagnostic tool to challenge self-defeating thoughts. When facing setbacks, ask, is this really my fault? Personalization. Does this affect everything? Pervasiveness. Will this last forever? Permanence. Post-traumatic growth framework. After trauma, look for growth in 5 areas: personal strength, life appreciation, deeper relationships, more meaning, and new possibilities. The ring theory of support. A simple framework for knowing when to offer comfort and when to seek support. Imagine concentric circles with the person in crisis at center. Rule: comfort in, dump out. Implementation guide. Building resilience in your life. Your roadmap to developing lasting resilience and emotional strength. Today, 5 minutes. Write down one negative thought and identify which P it falls under. Challenge it with evidence. This week, 15 minutes. Share one memory of a loved one with a friend to keep their memory alive. Start a gratitude journal with 3 daily entries. Ongoing practice. Keep revisiting your gratitude journal when setbacks feel overwhelming. Practice the ring theory when supporting others through difficulties. Quick refresh, key takeaways. 1. Overcome the 3 Ps: challenge personalization, pervasiveness, and permanence. 2. Embrace post-traumatic growth. Look for strength, appreciation, relationships, meaning, possibilities. 3. Address the elephant. Show up and speak up for those who are suffering. 4. Build resilient communities. Create supportive families and workplaces. 5. Rebuild confidence. Start small, reframe failure, take calculated risks. 6. Find meaning in suffering. Transform pain into purpose. 7. Regulate emotions. Name feelings, create first aid kits, practice consistently. 8. Create anchoring rituals. Establish meaningful daily practices. 9. Practice realistic optimism. Acknowledge pain while maintaining hope. 10. Invest in community. Build networks of mutual support. Final summary. Option B transforms how we think about resilience and recovery. When life doesn't go according to plan, when option A becomes unavailable, we have a choice. We can remain trapped by the 3 Ps, or we can build resilience and find growth in unexpected places. The book's greatest strength lies in combining Sheryl Sandberg's raw, personal experience with Adam Grant's research-backed insights. Together, they show that resilience isn't about bouncing back to who you were. It's about becoming someone stronger. The path forward isn't easy, but it's possible. By challenging negative thought patterns, embracing post-traumatic growth, building supportive communities, and finding meaning in suffering, we can not only survive our worst moments, but transform them into sources of strength. Which of these story shots will you put into practice first? Option A is not available, so let's just kick the shit out of option B, Sheryl Sandberg and Adam Grant. Criticism and rating. Some critics argue the book leans heavily on personal anecdotes, potentially making insights less universal for those whose experiences differ significantly from Sandberg's privileged position. Others note that the emphasis on growth after trauma might inadvertently pressure grieving individuals to find meaning before they're ready. Despite these limitations, option B provides valuable frameworks for understanding resilience and supporting others through difficult times. Rating: 4.3 out of 5. A powerful combination of personal vulnerability and practical wisdom that offers genuine hope for those facing life's inevitable setbacks. Related audiobook summaries to listen to next on StoryShots app and podcast. If option B resonated, these books will take you deeper into resilience, meaning, and growth. Man's Search for Meaning. Turn suffering into purpose. The perfect companion to option B's meaning-making. Grit. Rebuild self-efficacy. Small wins, sustained effort, big outcomes. Mindset. Treat failure as data and momentum as a skill. Anti-fragile. Don't just survive shocks, become stronger because of them. The Gifts of Imperfection. Courage and self-compassion for the long rebuild. Rising Strong, a clear process for the comeback story. The obstacle is the way. Stoic tools to turn trials into training. It's okay that you're not okay. Grief without platitudes validates pain before growth. When bad things happen to good people. A compassionate, faith-aware guide to loss. Give and take. Build networks that sustain you. Connects directly to option B's support rings. Lean In. Career resilience and courageous leadership after life disruption. What's the most important lesson you'll take from this book? Let us know by writing a comment on Spotify, and don't forget to subscribe and follow on your favorite app for more life-changing ideas.